Hello, so today we are going to dissect a sheep brain here. I've already cut the brain into half so we can see the exterior and the interior. So the first part that we will be talking about is the cerebrum, and that is the largest part of the brain. It's also known as the part of the forebrain. This whole part is associated with higher order functioning, including the control of voluntary behavior, for example, thinking, perceiving, planning, and understanding language. It's divided into two hemispheres, the left and the right, so since I've cut it in half, you can actually see the two hemispheres. The corpus callosum are a bundle of fibers bridging the two hemispheres, so if you join these together, you would actually see the corpus callosum around there, but since I've cut it open, it's not so obvious. The cerebral cortex, also known as the grey matter, is a sheet of tissue that covers the outermost layer of the cerebrum. So all along here is the cerebral cortex. The cerebrum is divided into four lobes: the frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and the temporal lobe. These all have different functions for the body. Also part of the forebrain is the thalamus and hypothalamus. So the thalamus passes most sensory information onto the cerebral cortex after helping to prioritize it. In contrast, the hypothalamus is the control center for appetites, defensive and reproductive behaviors, and also sleep-wakefulness. The cerebellum here is part of the hindbrain. It also has two hemispheres, although much smaller than the cerebrum. The cerebellum helps control movement and cognitive processes that require precise timing. You can see part of the spinal cord next to the cerebellum here. The spinal cord is actually an extension of the brain through the vertebral column. It receives sensory information from all parts of the body below the head and uses this information for reflex responses to pain and relays sensory information to the brain and cerebral cortex. The spinal cord also generates nerve impulses and nerves that control the muscles and viscera, both through reflex activities and voluntary commands from the cerebrum. This is the lamb brain.